When Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were dancing at Kylie Kelce's birthday party, Kylie whispered something to Travis that hit him like a punch to the chest. "Taylor understands you better than I ever could," she said quietly. But what Taylor did after hearing about this conversation would surprise everyone at the party. March 23, 2024, 7:30 p.m. The Kelce family home in Pennsylvania was buzzing with the kind of warm energy that only comes from a house full of people who genuinely love each other. Kylie Kelce's 32nd birthday party was in full swing with pastel spring flowers arranged on every table, the smell of homemade lasagna filling the air, and the sound of children's laughter mixing with adult conversation throughout the house. The early spring evening was still cool enough for everyone to be inside, creating that perfect, cozy atmosphere that made family gatherings feel magical. Taylor Swift stood near the kitchen island, watching Travis helped Wyatt and Elliot decorate cupcakes while Jason bounced baby Bennett on his hip nearby. She'd arrived at the party feeling slightly nervous, as she always did during intimate family gatherings. These weren't red carpet events or stadium concerts where she knew exactly how to present herself. These were real moments with real people who'd known each other for years before she became part of the picture. "You look like you're overthinking something," Kylie said, appearing beside Taylor with 2 glasses of wine. Her birthday crown slightly askew from chasing the kids around all afternoon. Taylor accepted the wine gratefully, just taking it all in. "Your family has this way of making everything feel so natural and comfortable." "That includes you now?" Kylie said with a smile that reached her eyes. "You know that, right?" Before Taylor could respond, the opening notes of "Can't Help Myself" by the Four Tops started playing through the speakers, and Travis immediately looked up from his cupcake decorating duties. "Ladies and gentlemen," Jason announced in his best DJ voice, "it's time for the birthday girl to dance with her favorite brother-in-law." "I'm your only brother-in-law," Travis called back, but he was already washing frosting off his hands and walking toward Kylie with an exaggerated bow. "May I have this dance, birthday queen?" he asked, extending his hand. Kylie laughed and curtsied dramatically. "I thought you'd never ask." But what happened during that dance would change everything Taylor thought she knew about her place in this family. As Travis spun Kylie around the makeshift dance floor that was really just the space between the couch and the coffee table, Taylor found herself smiling at how natural they looked together. Kylie had been part of Travis's life for 8 years, long before Taylor came into the picture. She'd been there for his biggest victories and toughest losses, had celebrated holidays and birthdays, and had become like a sister to him in every way that mattered. For a moment, watching them laugh together as Travis attempted some questionable dance moves, Taylor felt a familiar pang of uncertainty. Would she ever have that kind of history with this family? Would she ever feel as naturally integrated as Kylie did? "They're cute together, aren't they?" Donna said, appearing beside Taylor with a knowing look. "They are," Taylor agreed. 8 years of friendship. That's something special. "It is," Donna nodded. "But you know what I've noticed in the past year?" Taylor raised an eyebrow, curious. "Travis is different when you're around." Donna continued more himself, if that makes sense. Like he doesn't have to try so hard to be the fun guy or the protector or whatever role he thinks people need him to play with you. He's just Travis. Before Taylor could process what Donna had said, the song ended and Travis dipped Kylie dramatically, causing both of them to burst into laughter and the kids to cheer from their cupcake station. But as they straightened up, still catching their breath from laughing, Kylie placed her hand on Travis's arm and said something that made his expression completely change. Wait until you hear what Kylie said next. "You know, Trav," Kylie said quietly, glancing over at Taylor, who was now helping Elliot add rainbow sprinkles to a cupcake, "I've been watching you and Taylor together tonight, and I need to tell you something." Travis followed her gaze to Taylor, who was completely absorbed in explaining to Elliot why rainbow sprinkles were superior to chocolate chips for birthday cupcakes. "Yeah, Taylor understands you better than I ever could," Kylie said, her voice sincere and slightly emotional. "And I've known you for 8 years. Travis felt something shift in his chest. "What do you mean?" "I mean, I've watched you try to be everything for everyone for as long as I've known you," Kate continued. "The funny brother-in-law, the reliable uncle, The guy who's always up for anything. Like he doesn't have to try so hard to be the fun guy or the protector or whatever role he thinks people need him to play with you. He's just Travis. Before Taylor could process what Donna had said, the song ended and Travis dipped Kylie dramatically, causing both of them to burst into laughter and the kids to cheer from their cupcake station. But as they straightened up, still catching their breath from laughing, Kylie placed her hand on Travis's arm and said something that made his expression completely change. But with Taylor, you don't perform. You just exist. Travis was staring at her now, not sure what to say. She sees the part of you that gets overwhelmed sometimes, Kylie went on. The part that needs quiet moments and deep conversations. The part that worries about letting people down. I've never seen anyone read your moods the way she does or know exactly what you need before you even know you need it. Travis glanced back at Taylor, who was now wiping frosting off Elliot's nose while making her laugh. And the way you are with her, Kylie added, it's like watching someone finally exhale after holding their breath for years. You're so much more relaxed, so much more genuinely happy. It's beautiful to watch. Travis felt his throat tighten with emotion. Kylie, I'm not saying this to make you feel weird about our friendship, she said quickly. I'm saying it because I want you to know that what you have with her is special. Really special. And I wanted you to hear it from someone who loves you and has been watching you figure out how to be happy for 8 years. But that wasn't all Kylie had to say. There's something else, she continued, lowering her voice even further. Tonight, when you were helping the kids with cupcakes, Taylor asked me if there was anything specific you'd been stressed about lately. Not because she wanted to gossip, but because she'd noticed you seemed a little tense when you thought no one was looking. Travis's eyes widened. He'd been dealing with some contract negotiations that he hadn't mentioned to anyone, thinking he was hiding it. Well, she noticed something I missed. Even though I've known you longer, Kylie said, that's when I realized she doesn't just love you, Travis. She studies you. She pays attention to you in a way that goes beyond regular care. She's invested in your well-being in a way it's the real thing. Travis looked across the room at Taylor again, who was now sitting on the floor helping Wyatt build a tower out of blocks while baby Bennett watched from her high chair. As if sensing his gaze, Taylor looked up and gave him a smile that made his heart skip. Thank you for telling me that, Travis said quietly to Kylie. Thank you for bringing her into our family, Kylie replied. She makes you better, but more than that, she makes all of us better. Jason and I were talking about it the other day. How much lighter family gatherings feel now. How much more laughter there is. She brings out the best in everyone. The song changed to something slower, and other couples began joining them on the makeshift dance floor. Jason appeared and claimed his wife for a dance, while Travis found himself walking toward Taylor with a new understanding of what Kylie had just given him. Perspective on his own relationship that he'd been too close to see clearly. May I steal you for a dance? He asked Taylor, extending his hand. Always, she replied, taking his hand and letting him pull her to her feet. As they began to sway together to the music, Travis found himself looking at Taylor differently. Not because his feelings had changed, but because he was seeing her through Kylie's eyes, seeing the careful attention she paid to his moods, the way she anticipated his needs, the genuine investment she had in his happiness. You're quiet, Taylor observed, her hand resting on his chest. Everything okay? And there it was, exactly what Kylie had been talking about. Taylor's immediate awareness of his emotional state, her gentle way of checking in without making a big deal about it. More than okay, he said, pulling her a little closer. Kylie said something to me that I want to tell you about later. Taylor tilted her head curiously. Good something or concerning something? Very good something, Travis assured her. The kind of something that makes me realize how lucky I am. But here's what Travis didn't know. Taylor had been struggling with her own insecurities about fitting into his family. As they danced, Taylor found herself thinking about all the moments throughout the evening when she'd felt like an outsider looking in. Watching Travis and Kylie's easy friendship, seeing how naturally Kylie moved through conversations with Jason and Donna, noticing how effortlessly she managed the kids' needs while keeping track of party logistics. Can I ask you something? Taylor said quietly. Anything? Do you think I fit here? Really fit? Not just because I'm dating Travis, but actually belong in this family. Travis stopped dancing and looked at her with surprise. Taylor, where is this coming from? He paused, trying to find the words. Everyone here has years of history together, inside jokes, shared memories, established roles. Sometimes I wonder if I'm trying too hard to find my place in something that was already complete. Travis felt his heart break a little at the vulnerability in her voice. This was exactly the kind of moment Kylie had been talking about. Taylor being honest about her insecurities, giving him the opportunity to reassure her in a way that mattered. Listen to me, he said, taking her face in his hands. After my dance with Kylie, I need to tell you what she said about you, about us, about how you've changed not just me, but this whole family dynamic. What did she say? Taylor asked, her eyes searching his face. She said, "You understand me better than anyone else ever has," Travis said. "Including her, and she's known me for 8 years. She said, you see parts of me that I don't even show people, and that you make me more myself than I've ever been." Taylor's eyes filled with tears. She said that. She said more than that, Travis continued. She said, you bring out the best in everyone. That family gatherings are lighter and happier because you're part of them now. She thanked me for bringing you into our family. But wait until you hear what happened when Taylor decided to talk to Kylie directly. 20 minutes later, Taylor found Kylie in the kitchen cleaning up cupcake supplies while the party continued in the living room. Spring flowers from the birthday decorations were scattered across the counter, and the soft glow of the kitchen lights made everything feel warm and intimate. "Hey," Taylor said, picking up a dish rag to help. "Can we talk for a minute?" "Of course," Kylie said, turning to face her with a warm smile. "Travis told me about what you said during your dance." Taylor began, her voice soft with emotion, about me understanding him, about fitting into the family. Kylie nodded. "I meant every word." "Can I ask you something honestly?" Taylor continued. "Do you ever feel like I'm stepping on your friendship with Travis? I know you two have this special bond, and I would never want to interfere with that." Kylie set down the dish she'd been washing and turned to face Taylor fully. "Oh, honey, no, never. If anything, you've made my friendship with Travis better." "How so?" Taylor asked, genuinely curious. "Because now I don't have to worry about him," Kylie explained. "For years, I've watched Travis pour himself into taking care of everyone else, his teammates, his family, his friends. But I always worried that no one was taking care of him the same way. And then you came along." She leaned against the counter, her expression becoming more serious. "I've watched you notice when he's tired before he even admits it to himself. I've seen you redirect conversations when someone's pushing him to talk about something he's not ready to discuss. I've watched you create space for him to be quiet and thoughtful instead of always having to be on." Taylor felt tears forming in her eyes. "That's not something a casual girlfriend does," Kylie continued. "That's something someone does when they're planning to love someone for the long haul, when they're studying how to be a good partner because they're in it for real." "I'm in it for real," Taylor said quietly. "I know," Kylie smiled. "And so does Travis. And so does everyone else in this family. That's why I said what I said to him tonight. Because I wanted him to hear from someone who loves him that what you two have is special, and he'd be crazy not to hold on to it." What Kylie said next would become one of Taylor's most treasured memories. "You know what the difference is between friendship love and life partner love?" Kylie asked. Taylor shook her head. "Friendship love is about enjoying someone as they are," Kylie explained. "Life partner love is about seeing someone's potential and helping them grow into it, while still loving them exactly as they are right now." She looked directly at Taylor. "I love Travis as a friend. I love his humor, his loyalty, his big heart. But you love him as a partner. You see all those things. Plus, you see the man he's becoming, the father he'll be someday, the husband he wants to be. You love his dreams and his fears equally." Taylor was crying now, moved by the thoughtfulness of Kylie's words. "And Travis loves you the same way." Kylie continued, "I've watched him support your career. Not because he wants to be associated with Taylor Swift, but because he believes in the artist and the person you are. I've seen him defend your need for privacy and downtime, because he understands that taking care of yourself makes you better at taking care of others. Thank you, Taylor whispered, for saying all of this, for accepting me, for making space for me in his life and in this family. Thank you for loving him the way he deserves to be loved, Kylie replied, pulling Taylor into a hug. And for letting us love you too? When they pulled apart, Taylor was smiling through her tears. Can I help you finish cleaning up? It's your birthday. You shouldn't be doing dishes. Only if you tell me the story behind that song you wrote about Travis for his birthday, Kylie said with a mischievous grin. Jason told me it made everyone cry and I need details. As they finished cleaning the kitchen together, talking and laughing about Travis's reaction to his birthday song, Taylor felt something settle in her chest that she'd been seeking for months. The deep, uncheckable knowledge that she belonged here. Not because she was trying to earn her place, but because she'd already found it. The evening wound down with everyone gathered in the living room. The kids finally worn out from excitement and sugar. Bennett had fallen asleep in Jason's arms, while Wyatt and Elliot were curled up on the couch with Donna, listening to her tell stories about Travis and Jason when they were little. I think we should head upstairs, Travis said quietly to Taylor. Jason set up the guest room for us. Taylor looked surprised. We're staying here tonight. Of course, Kylie said, overhearing. You're not driving back to Kansas City this late, and you definitely can't fly commercial out of Philly at this hour. Besides, Sunday morning breakfast with the girls is a tradition you can't miss. Plus, Jason added with a grin, Wyatt specifically requested that Aunt Taylor make pancakes with her in the morning. Aunt Taylor? Taylor repeated, her heart melting at the title. That's what the girls call you now, Kylie said with a smile. We figured you should know it was official. Trust me, what happens the next morning will make you understand why this sleepover was exactly what Taylor needed. The guest room was cozy and warm with a view of the backyard where early spring flowers were just beginning to bloom. As Taylor and Travis got ready for bed, they talked about the evening, about Kylie's words, and about what it meant to feel truly accepted by a family. She's pretty amazing, Taylor said, settling into bed beside Travis. She is, Travis agreed, pulling her close. But you know what? She helped me realize tonight. What's that? That I don't have to wonder anymore whether what we have is real, or whether you really see me, or whether this is going to work out, he said, his voice soft in the darkness. Because someone who's known me for 8 years just told me that you understand me better than anyone else ever has. And someone who has no reason to say that except honesty. Taylor turned to face him even though she could barely see him in the dim light. She told me that friendship love is about enjoying someone as they are, but life partner love is about seeing someone's potential and helping them grow into it. Travis was quiet for a moment, processing that. Is that what this is? Life partner love? I think so, Taylor said softly. Is that okay with you? Travis kissed her forehead gently. It's more than okay. It's everything I've been hoping for and didn't know how to ask for. The next morning, Taylor woke up to the sound of little feet running down the hallway and Wyatt's voice calling, Aunt Taylor, time for pancakes. As she and Travis made their way downstairs, they found the kitchen already bustling with activity. Kylie was making coffee. Jason was feeding Bennett, and Wyatt and Elliot were dragging chairs over to the counter to help with breakfast preparation. Sleep well? Kylie asked with a knowing smile. Perfectly, Taylor replied, meaning it completely. What do you think about Kylie's beautiful words about the difference between friendship love and life partner love? Have you ever had a friend help you see your relationship more clearly? Share your thoughts about the importance of family acceptance in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button if this story moved you. That weekend at the Kelce family home became a turning point for Taylor and Travis. Not because anything dramatic happened, but because sometimes the most meaningful moments are the quiet ones where someone who loves you helps you see what you already have with new clarity. Kylie's words gave both Taylor and Travis the perspective they needed to stop questioning whether they belonged together and start planning for the future they were already building. And every time Taylor doubts her place in the Kelce family, She remembers what Kylie said about life partner love, about seeing someone's potential and helping them grow into it while loving them exactly as they are right now. Because that's exactly what she and Travis do for each other every single 2244 Wyatt Kelce asked Taylor.